You can never have enough science fiction horror movies with elements of survival adventure. It makes your mind go a little bit crazy, but God, is the adrenaline rush worth it. In this video, let's take a look at all the ways you can beat Pandorum, Christian Alvard's 2009 cosmic horror movie. First up, have measures in place to jog your memory. In the movie, humanity has reached its bitter end. Humans went ahead and plundered all of the Earth's resources, and it's come to bite them in the butt. And you know how it goes. Humans must always come up with some way to preserve their species, and that's what they do here too. They build an interstellar spaceship called the Elysium and put a total of 60,000 people in it and blast them off into space on a 123 years long journey to an Earth-like planet called Tanis. And as plot twists go, all the people on the ship are in a state of hypersleep. They're not supposed to wake up until they reach their destination. But hey, this is science fiction and horror, and if things don't go wrong, it beats the point. So of course, someone just had to wake up from their long slumber. Now the thing is, if you wake up from hypersleep in the middle of a journey, then you've got some real trouble coming at you. The two crew members who woke up went through a space-related disorder called Pandorum. You basically suffer from partial amnesia and have immense difficulty orienting yourself to your new environment. Come on, what do you expect from people who've been sleeping, like, for so damn long? Of course, they'll wake up feeling confused and frustrated. And that's why we think it's important they come up with a way to avoid that momentary loss of memory, to spare the crew some disoriented suffering. We think that if they crafted a manual detailing the events of Earth's recent history and the reason for building the spaceship, passengers who wake up in the middle of it can go through it and felt at ease. That's so much better than waking up and looking through the windows to see you're on some strange ship floating through space, and learn some self-defense. Okay, so a lot of weird things happen in this movie. There are disemboweled bodies and humans eating humans, and everything takes a turn for the worse, no matter what. And in real life, it's very unlikely you'll come across some zombie apocalyptic scenario, but it can always be fun in games. Best to have yourself prepared for any and whatever situation. Who knows, one day your friend will develop some cannibalistic tendencies on a spaceship. What will you do? Let them eat your flesh and rip your heart out? Nah, you're better than that. Yeah, you'll have to learn some vigorous self-defense to prevent yourself from getting eaten on the Elysium. There's a reason Darwin said survival of the fittest, and if you're not fit to survive on the Elysium, might as well let the cannibalistic humanoid creatures devour you. There you have it. A lot of gruesome stuff goes down in that ship, and you've got to protect yourself from all sorts of perils. It's best if you learn how to tackle cannibals and how to prevent them from sinking those hideous teeth into your flesh and eating you whole. Yuck! Nobody wants to die that way. When in fisticuffs against a cannibal, you've got to fight tooth and nail to make sure you emerge the victor. Next, kill your conscience. Okay, look, we know how everyone's so big on morals these days. The whole philosophical debate between right and wrong really gets to you at times, and you want to be a better human, yada yada yada. Yeah, everyone's heard that. But you're trapped in a ship, floating through space, with weird humanoids, and they will do anything to gobble you whole. They've evolved to be that way, and you've somehow emerged from your hypersleep state still human. No cannibalistic tendencies in you. Even the thought of eating human flesh repulses you. But every friend you've known, every person you've considered family, they're hungry for your flesh and they'll do anything to eat it. And yeah, we get it. Killing's bad. Killing's evil. You forget though, this is a survival adventure, and we really don't know what kind of twisted adventure it is to run through a spaceship trying to survive. You keep encountering people who want to eat you. That's one scary adventure, if anything. So yeah, kill your conscience and kill whatever comes in your way. You've got to survive this. You've got to think about yourself here. Selfish? Yes, but it's how the fittest survive. Another is to keep your team together. In situations like the one you'll encounter in Pandorum, you'll need to stick with a group of people you can trust. First off, make sure that you can really trust them. It would be a true pain in the butt if any of them are collaborating with the enemy behind your back. You want a team that you can rely on. Surviving this alone is going to be really tough. There's not much that one person can do. Having a team gives you the benefit of coming up with strategies for survival and executing them together to make it out of that ship alive. Navigating through a ship that's floating through space while you have no recollection of your memories, that's going to be one difficult job. The moment you wake up, you'll be disoriented and amnesiac. Seek out other people who have woken up, but don't trust them too easily. You'll need to be certain that they're really on your side and not just using you for their own evil plans. You need to hold your team together and be as vigilant as possible, because you don't just have to face weird cannibals here. You have to face the unreliability of your own reality. And don't lose your calm. There will be many instances where you come across stuff that will disturb you. It'll make you want to blow your brains out, erase the memory of it from your brain, have a clean slate. But unfortunately, you can't have that in the Pandorum. You'll be forced to drive yourself into insanity. We don't blame you. After all, you're trapped in a ship, bound for some place you've never heard of. Every corner you take, you come across bodies ripped apart, and there's complete darkness. There's no light within, and there's no light outside either. And it's space. You don't know your way about here. You're quite literally out of your element. And that's exactly why you need to remain composed. You can't afford to lose your cool. If you do, you're going to drive yourself insane. We don't want that in Pandorum. It gives the evil guys the edge to control you. Remember how we said your own reality will feel unreliable? Yeah, it gets worse than that. You won't be able to tell if what you're going through is a fabrication or the truth. But no matter what, you can't lose your calm. So buckle up and hold yourself together, soldier. It takes a lot of courage to be brave in these events, but you'll have to do it. Next, stick to your sanity. In a spaceship heading to a new planet where there are people you can't trust and people who are quite literally eating other people, it can be pretty hard to keep yourself sane. You'll need to gather yourself together. Yes, it'll take time to adjust to this new environment. You'll have no idea how you got here. All of your memories from Earth have vanished. You just woke up from a deep sleep. You're disoriented and you're just as confused about what's happening. Then suddenly you're running into weird stuff all over the spaceship. The ship's consumed by darkness and you've got no idea how to find your way around. The trick to surviving is holding on to your sanity. If you lose that too, you'll find yourself in the depths of despair. You can't let that happen. We know it's a scary situation, but you've got to take a deep breath and hold tight to your sanity. Look around yourself. All of this is real. All of it is happening. The only way through is to keep fighting. You can't figure out if you give in to the insanity. And lastly, keep a log of whatever happens and whatever you remember. In the movie, when the crew members wake up, they have no recollection of their past memories. Everything looks strange. Everything feels too strange. It's like being stuck inside a nightmare where there's no way out. The crew members get their memories back in bits and pieces. We recommend finding a notebook or any other material and keeping a log of whatever memories come back to you. It'll help piecing together what's happening on this dark ship when everything that happens disturbs you to your core. Eventually, you'll be able to figure out what's happening, and you can make it out of that dreary place alive. Hopefully, you'll be unscathed, maybe a little bit of trauma, but nothing as bad as being on that ship with cannibals. That's a wrap for this video. Want to know more about how to survive in bizarre science fiction movies? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.